ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Youshallpodcast! And we managed to survive St. Patrick's Day. I barely did.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's not go there.
Please don't.
There is no more whiskey in the jar, I assure you. But we've come back this week with a brand spanking new guest. Ladies and gentlemen, and Charles, I'd like to introduce you to Santino Salvadore.
Hello guys, how's it going?
Hello. Thank you for coming tonight. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
I'm really looking forward to hear your song. You know, like Matt's been talking about you for a while. You know, and
That's
I'm
great.
Sometimes without even swearing.
You don't even swear. It's impossible. Santino is already a swear.
No.
We should let the listeners know that Santino and I have known each other for a while. In fact, we've lived, co-inhabited a house, not lived together. That sounded a little bit gay. Not that there's anything wrong with that. But we live in the same house.
Yeah,
Santino's ready to leave the interview already.
It's okay.
And
I took over actually. It's
he
my
did.
house.
He did. It's now officially his house.
Yeah.
And I insisted that he come and do one of our podcasts for us because he's incredibly talented. So, Santino, tell everyone how it is you come to live with me in Bondi.
How did I come? Well,
Where are you from? Where have you been, etc.
Okay. Well, as we say, Santino Salvadore. I'm 23. I'm from Sicily, and this is my second experience abroad. I was previously in Scotland, in Edinburgh, for almost 4 years.
Cool.
And I ended up in Bondi because destiny is a great drawer. It's great.
Okay.
And I believe in destiny more than ever now. Everything that's happening just now, it's cool. Anyway, so I came to Australia and I started to live in Pyrmont, just very close to here. And very close to here, 5 minutes walk. And I was with my ex-girlfriend. I was working in Milsons Point as a waiter. Then I selfishly chose to go farming because
To extend your visa?
I wanted to extend my visa,
Yeah,
and she couldn't because she wasn't a student one. And I was pretty happy to do my own experience. It was great to just touch the ground and live in the woods. And I got to write a couple of songs as well, which has been great. One of them is going to be in the new EP coming out in October.
Cool.
Wow.
All your songs are inspired by your life experiences, or sometimes you just write for other subject.
Mainly a songwriter, I believe, that writes, even if he writes about something else, it's still unconsciously it's about himself as well. That's what I believe. Maybe it's not like that, but yeah. All the songs that I write are very personal, and I somehow love to share my very personal, because my very personal can be any other's ones, and they can be feeling what I felt. And maybe I can be the one who tells it in front of many people, and many of them, they don't have, maybe they have different characters, and I just like to talk to many people. Just like to talk, It's great.
That's you at the right place. Podcast is all about talking, so please,
all right,
share.
We'll go all night. So I was farming in Bundaberg for a few months. I started gigging in there a couple of times. I went to the market. I worked in a market, and while I was during the week picking the vegetables that I was selling as well. So it was pretty cool. And then
they would love hard labor, yeah?
Yeah.
Have you ever done hard labor before?
It's been tough. Well, hard labor for me is talking.
No, you could talk underwater, Santino. I'm willing to test that out.
That's cool.
But okay. So was it like really hard, like working on a farm?
Yeah, it was pretty tough. I did a few jobs. The first one was the avocado. And the avocado, they told me, "Oh, you're lucky. Oh, this is the best job." Fuck, it's great.
They are shaped like boobs, so.
Yeah, but apart from that, and there was free picking. You could pick without cutting any of the steam. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It matters that I was scared of the height because I didn't realize that the tree would have been so big. I mean, they're fucking big.
Yeah.
They're big and they are wide, and there are many avocados in different parts of the tree, so you gotta work in a team, and team makes everything easier, like everything in a band, in a company, also with the avocado, guys.
Good to know.
I'm pretty sure you didn't come here to talk about avocados.
Anyway,
The
avocado,
synergy effect,
capsicums,
1 + 1
whatever.
= 3 for avocados as well.
Well, you asked me.
I did.
and
I did. More
And I go on. Then I did capsicums. I did basil.
Fruits?
It was
Did you do
great.
any of the fruit?
No, I packed strawberry for 2 hours. Then they kicked me away.
Probably because you were talking too much.
No, because I wasn't talking in
He was eating.
Chinese. I mean, they were all Taiwanese actually.
Oh.
They were having the meeting in Taiwanese. Anyway, after that I came to Sydney again. When I finally got my 88 days, the famous 88 days, came to Sydney, and I broke up with my ex-girlfriend now, and then I had to move because we were stuck in the same place, and it wasn't pleasant. it was horrible for some points, but I mean, I make it sound very bad, but probably it's not.
Well,
Anyway.
compared to farming, what was worse?
No, farming was great. I loved it. Don't get me wrong. I actually did. The atmosphere in there was cool.
Well, it's probably a good experience.
Yeah. 4 months and a half, and then I came back here in the end of August. Birthday, horrible, probably one of the worst. And then I moved to North Bondi, and I started meeting Matt again. I met this guy just when I arrived in Australia, actually.
Okay.
You remember I called you up? Well,
Yeah.
I saw Sydney Circuit Jam.
I still remember getting that phone call and thinking, oh, this guy's a fucking nutter. I hope he doesn't want to play because he's probably fucking really bad. And anyway, you came and you killed. He was like, yeah. I was like, well, slow down.
But there were 2 people. Him, my ex-girlfriend, actually 3, and another guy. I sold 2 CDs out of 3. My ex-girlfriend already had a CD, I believe. It was a great night, and I got a voucher as well. That I could spend some money on food and drinks.
And then eventually one of my flatmates had to disappear overseas, and I needed to fill someone the room in my house, and Santino said, yep, I'll jump on board. So
Yeah.
And
It's
since-
been cool.
since then I've seen him go from working full-time in a restaurant to working full-time as a musician.
Yeah.
So like a complete 180.
It's cool. I love it. I actually was supposed to finish at the end of February, but then I got fired before without any reasons, probably because they didn't want to pay me anymore. Anyway, I'm not allowed in that place, which I'm not allowed to say just now. I'm not allowed in that place like a dog.
Okay.
And actually, in this CD over here,
You get, yeah.
live music.
You only
and
can
bread.
show it on the GoPro that you want.
Oh, GoPro. All right, Mr. GoPro. Anyway, in here, you actually go Come Cane, which is the last song. It's a bonus track. It's called Come Cane, like a dog. That's what it means. Anyway,
Like a dog.
it's a good way to promote my previous EP that you can find on Spotify, SoundCloud, iTunes, YouTube.
Which is called?
You can actually listen to that. I'm not very satisfied about many things because it was my very first experience. And we are now recording The War to Fight For, another EP, which contains five new tracks plus one, which is going to be Welcome Home live version. And I believe in this project more than anything I've ever believed in my life.
So, when Santino first came, he started playing at the open mic nights and busking, and we'll talk about busking in a second, but literally within the space of like 3 or 4 weeks, these musicians just gravitated to him like meteorites to the moon, and he was suddenly surrounded. Like every time I'd come home, there'd be a new addition to the band, and then before I knew it, I'd come home and there is an actual band drum kit in my fucking living room, all the furniture pushed up against the fucking wall, microphone, everything's like amplified, and I'm like, oh great,
And no one complains.
no one complained because
Actually,
it
they
sounded
love it.
good, but you got to understand, like my job is to go and work with bands and to be in live music, and now it's in my house 24/7. But it's good music, so, and Santino's my brother, so it's all good. But
Thank
and you've got a heap of gigs coming up. Do you want to do a quick spruik?
Yeah. Well, you people from Bondi and not, especially you people from around the area of Waverley and Sydney in general. I'm going to play tomorrow, 21st of March. It's going to be a Tuesday. At the Ravisis, Hotel Ravisis, from 7 till 10. I'm going to play solo. There might be a couple of surprises. So maybe a violin, maybe an harmonica, maybe something, It's I don't know yet. And then Wednesday, I'm going to play in this really nice and cute vegetarian restaurant and vegan in Bondi Road from about 6:30 to 9:30. I'm going to do a duo,
Called?
Sanchi. It's called the duo, which means Santino plus Archie.
Yeah,
Archie
but the restaurant's called because people need to
sorry,
find the
sorry.
restaurant.
Yeah, that's true. Dandelion.
Dandelion.
The Dandelion. There.
And it's on Bondi Road.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Google it if you want to come down to see Santino on Wednesday. Then Thursday, where are you?
Thursday we are at Bondi Pavilion.
Well,
For
you don't actually leave Bondi. Literally just walking neck down to the next gig. and
yeah,
performing.
actually it's cool because I just grab my guitar from home and just go downstairs, do 5 minutes walk, and I'm there. So it's good. And many of these venues, I don't even need to bring your PA. So it's good. On Thursday I'm gonna play from 8 till 9, Bondi Pavilion. So that is gonna be with the 24 Hours to Wonderland guys. You should come around because it's fucking cool.
I think that's awesome because I know they won't be in my fucking living room.
Yeah.
So
they will be once per week in there.
Oh shit!
Yeah, you gotta take that day.
I'm gonna be
work.
at
You
work.
should
Yeah.
work.
Make it a Tuesday
Only
night.
the weekend.
Make it a Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday night when you know I'm working.
There's a cover charge at the door.
And then Saturday night,
in your living
you're
room?
somewhere Saturday as well.
And Saturday night it's Anand the Hotel still with the band. So we
Nice.
actually do
Nice.
duo and then with the band just to get people interested, and me too with the arrangements. It's really cool. I want to introduce the guys as well. Pierre Mazzi is the drummer, Dario Ferrari is the guitar player, electric guitar player. We go Pablito El Chileno Rodriguez playing the bass guitar, and Archie Petri playing the violin, acoustic and electric. So it's a big band, and
Wow.
it's gonna be me as a singer and a songwriter and the performer like everyone else. It's really
And
cool.
you just all met like in the last
Yeah.
few months.
No. How it works is Santino goes down to the beach to get laid, and he takes his guitar with him. See, he's not denying it for a second. And he goes down to the beach, and he plays guitar, waiting for some girl with a bag of goon to come up and go, I like your songs. And then he's going, oh yeah, well you should come back to my place. I'll play you some private songs.
Yeah, but that's not my band.
No, but
We're
it is
talking about the
because
band.
the band came down to the beach. They heard you playing. They
Oh
wanted to play.
yeah, well.
So you went to the beach to pick up girls, and you came back with guys.
Yeah, well, I'll end up like
Strange
that.
but true.
I ended up like that, unfortunately. Anyway, they are good players.
They're
so
great
it's-
musicians,
yeah,
and it's a
they're
real
great.
camaraderie. I've been in bands for years, and quite often I've been with musicians that are just there for the paycheck. They don't care about the music. They don't care about the songwriting.
Yeah.
They don't care what they have to play. They're musical whores. This is a real band of band of brothers. Band of brothers that actually love each other, that care
Yeah.
about the music,
Yeah,
that want to get it
beautiful.
really good, and want to have the crowd absolutely pouncing up and down.
Yeah.
And so this is what you get, ladies and gentlemen. When you come to see 24 Hours to Wonderland, you get a show.
Yeah,
You really do.
It's nice. We like to entertain, and we actually there is always a marvelous atmosphere. Also in the studio, recording the EP, or either just rehearsing or just going out for a drink is just beautiful. It's everything is.
It's a good bunch of.
it's
It's
a-
a band of brothers. It really is. It feels like a little family.
Yeah, it does. Unfortunately,
Familia.
Pablito is going to leave as the bass player on the 29th of March, so stick around for the Bondi Pavilion and Anand del Hotel. That's the last time that you will see him, and then he's going to be back probably after August. Anyway, we're getting a new bass player ready. He's a great player as well. He's got a great touch and lots of experience. So I'm really happy to have met this guy just 10 days ago. It's I told you, destiny is a great draw.
So prior to all these gigs, you were actually busking mostly.
Yeah, now this week it's quite impossible, and last week it was quite impossible. But I love basking more than playing in a venue sometimes.
So I haven't busked for, let me think, 19 years was the last time I busked, and I was
Long
busking
time.
for 2 weeks in Byron Bay, and this guy walked past me and said, "Hey, you're better than the guy we're paying tonight. Can I get you a gig at the Railway Hotel, which is one of the best hotels in Byron?" And I haven't stopped gigging since, but I never went back to busking because they always said to me, don't let them see you busking because they think you're playing for free,
All right.
and then you can't and then you won't be able to, it's a small town, like everyone sees you busking, you know. It's not like Sydney where you can go to Cronulla or somewhere or Manly and not be known.
Yeah,
But
then who the fuck cares?
but then, like,
I
then
mean-
again, I've been lucky enough over my career to have regular residencies and regular work, and I haven't needed to busk. But tell us what Sydney's like to busk. Like, what are the people friendly? Are they generous?
Yeah, well, I do love busking. I started busking in Edinburgh a couple of times. Not I didn't do much of busking. I was playing during the Fringe Festival, but when I came to Sydney, I bought all the equipment and got on the street straight away. Tried to go to Pitt Street. I didn't know. I didn't know there were strict rules. So I went there the first time. I couldn't play, and then I never went there anymore. And last time it was a couple of weeks ago with the trio. It was cool. Anyway, my favorite spots, but my favorite one where I feel home, it's the tunnel of the railway Central Station.
Yeah.
It's that is magic for me. I don't know why, because of the tunnel is long and people have to.
The sound.
The sound
the
is
reverb
great.
is.
The
You
reverb.
couldn't get a better reverb if you tried.
No.
Not with even all the bodies walking around and all the noise. This is incredible, beautiful reverb in that tunnel.
Yeah. So you gotta choose the right times as well, because when people finish from the office, it's not probably the best time because they're not actually when they finish from the office. Yeah, when they go to the office is the worst. But about 7, it's my favorite one. So you get
I often
less
have
people, and they are listening to you. And
I was actually I have been walking through the tunnel for the last couple of years on the way back to and from work.
We met a few times.
We bumped into each other there, and it occurred to me that the mortal enemy, the worst enemy of the busker is the headphones.
The worst enemy of the busker is
the headphones. People walk past with their Walkmans on, their phones. They don't hear you playing.
Yeah.
So in the 80s and prior to the 80s, before Walkmans and all those things, if you wouldn't carry music with you, like to hear music in a public place that was even piped was unusual, but to hear live music, it would be an incentive to give some spare change or $5 or something to a busker. Now you can walk past with your headphones on 11 and not hear one note from the performer. So there's so much entertainment, so much saturation in the industry that busking is. Would you say busking is a dying art?
I would say, especially in Sydney or many parts of Australia, apart from Melbourne, that it's the only city that keeps it up. It's a dying thing. It's beautiful. Busking, but it's not just about music. It's about every kind of art, from graffiti to painting to dancing to theater, acting. So it's just very beautiful to see these people.
Well, it's not often you go into a pub and they have a juggler or a mime or.
That doesn't happen. Doesn't happen anymore.
No.
So you gotta be in the Fringe Festival of Adelaide or maybe in Edinburgh to see something like that.
But this is the last bastion, the last stage for, say, people who are not conventional artists to perform.
Yeah. But you gotta be, nowadays, you gotta have this Facebook page and the followers, and you gotta have the SoundCloud, and you gotta have blah, 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 all this fucking social media, which is fine, okay? It's fine. You have to.
But if you don't have it, you're screwed.
You are. You are. You can be the most talented person, but if you don't know how to use Facebook, you're fucked, guys. So, yeah.
But then again, there's people like Banksy, who are international phenomenon for graffiti, you know. And I was reading about him today because I was trying to think, how would you make a living as a graffiti artist? Like, it's not, and it's.
Well, still, it's as a musician, you go to a restaurant, you go into a hostel.
Yeah, but no one's going to pay you to walk into a restaurant and graffiti the walls.
Yeah, it's hard. It's tough. You gotta travel. You gotta know people. It's tough. But that is visual art and music. It's art that vibrates.
But I've heard that I was reading today that people were trying to sell Banksies. They were actually saying that they were trying to sell Banksies that had no connection to Banksy whatsoever. But they were saying you can buy this art, blah 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 blah. And then once they sold it, they said, okay, well you own it, it's yours. You just have to take it home.
Yeah.
And of course, it's on a wall. How the fuck do you take it home? So there was kind of a bit of a scam going on for a while where Banksy painting graffiti was being sold. Unbelievable. But what's really funny is I was thinking about today. I was thinking there's very little opportunity for graffiti artists to actually sell their work, and then I realised that these wicked vans that drive around, those guys would have been paid to do that. So there is an opportunity for graffiti artists to be paid to perform their art, to
Well, they need to choose the place that they feel more comfortable to, and they gotta hit it hard.
Sure.
They gotta believe in it. If they don't believe in it, no one is gonna do. No one is gonna believe in their heart.
Well, you got to believe in yourself. Otherwise,
Yeah.
you're not going to get on stage to start with.
Definitely. It's not easy. Sometimes you got these. I've got these peaks. I can say that I'm not worried about the microphone or cameras. It's cool, but I've got some periods of depression, or when I'm sad, that I don't even want to be surrounded by the mirrors, especially by the mirrors in my room. It's horrible. And the hardest part is to believe in yourself. And we were talking about basking in the street. Well, that is the mirror society, and it's gotta be there. We gotta have it, because it's beautiful. People sees you, and they reflect their emotions and their feelings in you. And when people tell you to not to be that loud, it's fine. But when they tell you to get away and pack up your stuff because you're doing art in the street, that is not fair.
Okay, now Santino, I'm going to say two words to you. Try to not swear.
About 3 words.
Waverley Council.
Waverley Council. All right, Waverley Council. We're opening this little fight against the licensing for
a protest.
It's a protest, yeah. It's a protest, and the EP it's the word to fight for. That's how it's called. And how can I not fight this thing that is beautiful to me? I feel energetic about it. Anyway, they haven't been releasing the licensing, the basking license for over 6 months.
So there used to be a basking license for Waverley.
There used to be. I don't know. I wasn't basking back then. But now that I live in Bondi Beach, I love to go to Bondi Junction because it's close, because it's a beautiful mall, and
it's busy.
It's busy, and you get children, you get the basking stuff. It's beautiful just to be surrounded, and it's a pedestrian area, so it's beautiful. But these guys, they don't allow you to.
So there's no legislation against it, but they're not actually handing out the licenses. So you can't perform without licenses.
Exactly.
And they're not making them available to the public.
It's not about the loudness anymore. It's about actually you being there with a guitar. And
wow.
It's horrible. So I opened a Facebook page called Waverley Council, or Waverley something license, basking license back. And I'm going to invite as many musicians as I can to do a video clip. Waverley Council, listen up, okay? We're going to do a video clip that is going to be about 2 minutes, and sending you the message what music and art means to us. And the street performers, they need to be there. And the only thing that we will compromise is the loudness, if it's fine for you.
I reckon we should try and get some big names involved in this.
Some
big names.
Some big names, yeah.
Yeah, there's some.
Santino Salvadore. It's very big already. It's very long. I'm just kidding.
No, but it's a great cause, and I think like so many musicians start start the journey as buskers. Yeah. Without that opportunity, they're never going to be able to blossom as artists.
Yeah, Ed Sheeran, whether you like him or not, his journey started like that, basking in the street. And
Taj Sultana, have you heard about this girl that she's going to perform here on the 1st of April in Sydney, I think, Metro. She's really cool. She started out basking. She's 21. She's already out there. She's cool.
Impressive.
Yeah. Listen to her.
So what's the Facebook page once again?
Basking license back, Waverley basking license back, something like that.
It's a great cause, and I
we'll put the link in the
there's a form
description.
of censorship that I think it's deplorable that they're not allowing people to make money,
I get really
honest
upset.
money on an honest way.
I get really upset because that's the only way that I can get myself out there and get as many people as I can. That's the only way that I can sell as many CDs as I can. And they don't think that music it's a proper profession, but it is for me now, and for many other people that want it to be. And so basking, it's a beautiful way to get yourself out there. And I don't understand why the burger place can sell his unhealthy burgers. I always love to do this metaphor because it's true. My music, it's powerful. Music in general is powerful and brings people together, and it's healthy. just because it's loud and 3 sad people or 4 they complain, it doesn't mean that we gotta shut down. I put down the volume, okay, guys, but just let me play and let me have fun. And
music is not a crime.
It's not a fucking crime.
You'd have to swear at
But
some stage.
it seems that it shouldn't, but it seems that it is in some places. Huh?
Yes.
It shouldn't, for sure.
Yeah, I don't. But especially in the mall. I mean, I can
It's, like,
understand
it's,
probably.
it's not like your pussy right, for God's sake, you know. It's
Well, you're swearing too.
no, that's the name of a Russian band that got arrested.
Sorry.
They got arrested for making songs about Vladimir Putin, and they spent like 8 months in jail or something
Really?
for writing a political song about Vladimir Putin. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So
I hope I won't end up there, but if I will, at least if it's for a good reason, I don't care.
okay, so we're going to come back and we're going to have Santino play some originals. So play an original and a cover for you.
Yeah.
Hang around,
Yeah.
podcasters. It's going to get pretty crazy in here. I
Great.
think.
I'm really looking forward to it.
I'm
Back in a
excited.
sec, guys.
All right.